Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top picks for summer. This video is going to be me talking through what I think I will be wearing a lot this summer, makeup wise. I have a bunch of makeup, a few skincare items, a very random lifestyle item that I think it is very important that everyone has for the summer. And it's actually my second time filming this. I filmed it yesterday and I hated it. So I'm doing it again and hopefully this time it goes a little bit better. I'm going to start with makeup and then I'll do skincare and then we'll end on the little lifestyle item. But first of all, I want to talk about base products for summer. So I think in the summer it is really good to have more of a matte base. Not matte that makes you look flat and matte, because I don't like that and I have very oily skin. Just something that helps prevent your natural oils from breaking through your makeup so quickly. And what I think I will be using a lot this summer to help with that is the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. Now, I don't believe in primers. I think they're kind of like a marketing scam, but this primer is actually so good. This primer has restored my faith in primers and it truly is so cooling. It is so nice to put on and it genuinely makes your makeup last longer. Every single other primer that I have ever tried has not done what it has claimed to do, and this one does mattify your skin. And for me, it doesn't completely prevent my natural oils from breaking through. It just helps prolong the amount of time until they do start breaking through, and usually that's later at night. So this is definitely going to be a staple for me this summer. Next, we have the RMS Beauty Uncover Up Concealer. I have the shade 11, and this is a little pot concealer. And usually concealers that come in little pots like this are very creamy, and this one definitely fits that. It is a very creamy and emollient concealer, and it is very lightweight. It doesn't feel or look cakey underneath your eyes or anywhere you put it on your face. So I think this is going to be great for summer, because I don't think there is anyone who likes to wear heavier makeup during this summer. So this is really, really great for a light to medium coverage, lightweight concealer. And then I also pulled my e.l.f. foundation serum. I have the shade light medium, and right now it is still just a tad bit too dark. We are getting there though. We're starting to get a little bit more tan, so hopefully soon this will be a really good shade for me. I do actually want to pick up the Ferret Light shade just to mix in with this, but this is a really great foundation serum. It is not super dewy. I find that when I apply it, it gives me more of like a demi-matte finish, but it lasts a long time and is really lightweight, and that is what I was looking for with my base products for this little summer collection I'm doing. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is a cream bronzer, and that is the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer. I have the shade Baked. I'm wearing this bronzer today, and you can get a really deep bronze with it or a very lighter bronze with it. Today I went for a lighter bronze situation, and I think this is really great because it is called a matte bronzer, but it is definitely not matte. It actually looks pretty dewy when you apply it. I didn't set any of the areas that I put this bronzer on, and it looks very dewy and my skin looks almost glossy. This is like a very glossy product. Next, I'm going to move over to lip products, and the first thing that I want to talk about is my Fresh Tinted Lip Treatment in the shade or scent or flavor Rosé. And what I like about this is that it's not super moisturizing, but it makes your lips feel protected. You apply this and it's not an insane amount of moisture, but your lips feel protected from anything, and this gives your lips such a gorgeous tint. It is the most beautiful red pink, like you just finished eating a popsicle. It is perfect. I wanted to pick a bolder lip option, and I have talked about this lipstick so many times and I have raved about it, and this is the Half Caked Lip Fondant in the shade Girl Crush. This is one of the most beautiful formulas and one of the most beautiful colors I have ever tried in my entire life. I got this in an Ipsy like 2 years ago, and it is everything to me. It is just the most perfect orange red but leaning a little bit more red than orange. And the formula is very similar to the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams, but better, so much more comfortable, and the Soft Matte Lip Creams are very comfortable. And this smells really good. The smell on mine is starting to go a little bit. This is definitely need to use this up because it is definitely starting to go bad, but it is the most delicious cupcake scent, and I'm going to be wearing that so much this summer because I wear it every single summer. You'll see later on as we start talking about different products that there is a strong coral theme running through the different products that I have pulled, and that is going to start with this NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Kyoto. This is a really good lip liner. I'm wearing it today, and I love the NYX lip liners, and this Suede Matte formula is really great because it actually prevents things from leaking out of the corners of your lips. It actually helps keep your lip products on your lips and from bleeding. And I feel like a lot of people are into super creamy lip liners, but at that point I feel like it's just a lipstick. I like lip liners that are a little bit more firm and actually help prolong the wear of your lipstick. And this color is beautiful too. It is lighter than my lips. When I first put it on, it can look a little bit funky. Once I put something on top of it, it looks really, really great. Now, I actually have 3 lip glosses, but they're all kind of the same. And these are the Bretman Rock and Wet n Wild Jungle Rock collab lip glosses. I have all 3 shades called Freaky, Fearless, and Ferocity. And I think these are going to be really pretty for summer. They are a very lightweight formula. They're not sticky. They're moisturizing. They kind of lean more towards like a lip oil formula, but still a little bit of your traditional gloss feel to them. And I am currently wearing the shade called Fearless, which is this really pretty brownie nude pink color. Yesterday I was wearing the shade called Ferocity, which is a gorgeous clear lip gloss with a ridiculous amount of gold glimmers running throughout. And then we have the shade called Freaky, which is kind of corally, which kind of ties into the coral theme. And it doesn't look coral on camera, like it kind of does when the light hits it just right, but it has these gorgeous pink and purple and orange reflex running throughout it, and it looks really cool when you put it on the lips. I actually have a brow product that I want to talk about, and this is the Rimmel Brow This Way Brow Styling Gel with Argan Oil. I literally want to buy 5 of these because I think they are so good. Sometimes with tinted brow gels, when you go to apply them, they can get really messy, and it's really easy to get them like all over around your brow area, but this one is so easy to apply. The brush is an angled kind of triangular shaped brush, and it is one of those short and stout little applicators, but the formula itself is so nice. It doesn't make your brows feel dry and crispy. It just sets them in place, gives them a beautiful tint, but they feel like your brow hairs. I don't know what it is and how it can be so long lasting but still so moisturizing at the same time, and I definitely think that it is because of the argan oil that's in this formula, but it is a really great brow gel. I have 2 blushes that I want to talk about. One is a cream, one is a powder blush, and the first one is this e.l.f. monochrome stick. I don't really know what these are called, but I have the shade Glistening Peach, and I'm going to be completely honest, I am not a huge fan of these, but the things that I am not a fan of makes it perfect for summer. So I actually think I am going to be getting a lot of use out of this summer. It is more of an oily formula, and it's just so strange. Like when you swatch it, it has a good amount of base color, but when you apply it, the base color kind of disappears and you just see a bunch of shimmers. But from a distance, it would make me look so glowy, and it would just add the most beautiful sheen to the cheeks without having a bunch of color to it, which I know sounds weird, but this would work as a beautiful blush topper, and I definitely think that this would be great paired with the other blush that I have pulled, which is actually the blush that I am wearing today. And this is from the Natasha Denona Mini Diamond and Glow palette. My highlighter in this actually completely shattered and broke, but the blush shade is still in there going strong. And this blush has a really, really super intense gold shift to it. and that sounds really scary, but when you apply it on the cheeks, it just makes your cheeks look super glowy and luminous. And this has more of a base color to it, so that is why I think it would be perfect paired with the e.l.f. blush stick, because this has more of a base color, this has more of a shimmer, and paired together you get the best of both worlds. I actually have 3 highlights I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to start with this super old highlight from Kaleidos. I'm not actually sure if you can still get this, but I wanted to include it in this video because it is definitely something I am going to be wearing a lot throughout the summer. And this is the Skin Blush in the shade Prom Queen, and again, it is a corally blush. And I don't actually wear this as a blush. It is super shimmery, so I actually wear it as a highlighter, and I'm wearing it today. And this color is super gorgeous. It is a nice light gold coral highlight, and I just think it is so beautiful. It is a little bit deep because it is technically a blush, but I find that that is perfect for the summer when I get a little bit more tan and I can wear highlighters that in the winter would be a little bit too dark for me. I wanted to mention my Too Faced Diamond Lights Canary Diamond highlighter, and this is this, you know, the big old bulky highlighter from Too Faced, and this is actually a coral highlight again. It is pink, but it has a really strong gold to pink shift to it, and I think it is so gorgeous. Again, this is one of those highlights that would typically be too dark for me in the winter, but in summer it is perfect, so I'm going to be wearing the crap out of this summer. The last highlight is actually the most recent highlight to my collection, and that is the Hourglass Vanish highlighting stick in the shade Champagne Flash. And what I like about this formula for summer is that it is a very oily formula, which I know sounds weird. That means it gives you the most lightweight glow from within glow, and I just think I'm going to be wearing this so much this summer. I do have an eyeshadow palette, and that is my Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette, and I think this will be so good for summer because these tones, they just scream summer. You can get the most beautiful sunset eye with this palette. And another palette that I wanted to give an honorable mention to, I'm not even gonna pull it out, is the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, because it has very similar tones to this palette. Not similar colors, similar tones, and that palette actually has shimmers in it, whereas this one is completely matte. So if you do want something shimmery, you could either take the highlight that you use that day or a Super Shock shadow from ColourPop, which is what I typically do, and apply that on top. But this is definitely going to be a staple for me this summer. I have one body product that I want to talk about, and that is the Patrick Ta Major Glow Body Oil in the bronze shade. And I have just this little mini size here. I've never been a big believer or lover of glowy body oils and products, but after trying this, I'm obsessed, and I am definitely going to get the full size when I run out of this. This is so good. After you apply it, it doesn't feel oily on your skin, and it melts right into your skin, and it's not super moisturizing, but I find that that is not really something that I think I would look for in a glowy body product, because I always moisturize with lotion anyways, and this smells really good. When I apply this, my boyfriend always tells me that I smell good, and I'm like, it's because I'm wearing the Patrick Ta Major Glow Body Oil. Well, I have 4 skincare products that I want to talk about, and I'm going to start with the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. Now, this mask you can use as a traditional mask that you put on your face, let sit, and then wash off, but you can also use it as a moisturizer, a primer, and a sleeping mask. And I actually use this as a sleeping mask, and that is how I recommend using it for summer. In summer, typically, more than usual, I feel like we don't want to wake up and put a really thick moisturizer on your face, and this is super thick and it smells amazing. I just wanted to throw that in there. This smells so good. But in the summer, I would much rather put on a sleeping mask of a thick moisturizer and then wake up with really moisturized, beautiful skin. I also wanted to mention the Forthright Beauty face milks, and I have the scent white tee, and I think these are going to be really great for summer because they are so lightweight. They are a very thin formula, which does mean that if you want a really emollient thick moisturizer, this is not the product for you, or you would just have to use a bunch of this at once. I think this is really great for a summer morning moisturizer just because of how thin and lightweight it is, and I want to buy all the scents of this because I actually think these are so good. And then I have two sunscreens that I want to talk about because sunscreen is the most important thing you can put on your person during the summer, and I actually recently did a whole video on a bunch of sunscreens. It was my Battle of the Sunscreens video, so if you are interested in seeing more sunscreens and what I think of some of the top sunscreens on the market right now, I would definitely recommend going and watching that video. But I think that the two that I'm talking about today are my top two sunscreens from that video. I know I have my top sunscreen, but I can't remember if this was the third or second place sunscreen. I don't know. So I'm going to start with that one, and it is the Dermalogica Dynamic Skin Recovery Sunscreen. This has SPF 50, and I just love this. I think it is a really cool sunscreen. It is super cooling when you put it on, and I think this would be really good for a day after maybe you got a little bit of a sunburn on your face. This would feel so good to apply because it is very cooling, and it doesn't make your face tingle, but it just gives you a whiff of coolness on your face, and I think it is really great. My favorite sunscreen of all time that I am going to buy the full size of 100% is the Drunk Elephant Umbra Tint Physical Daily Defense Broad Spectrum Sunscreen with SPF 30, and this is such a good sunscreen. I am wearing it today, and that is one of the products that is contributing to the glowiness that I have going on my face. And this is a tinted sunscreen, but it doesn't add any coverage or anything. It's just a very nice tint, and it is so glowy. It gives you the most beautiful glow, and I just think it is the perfect sunscreen. And the last thing that I want to talk about that I think everybody should have for the summer is a good metal water bottle. I think it is so important to stay hydrated, especially during the summer when you're outside and you're hot and you're sweating, and it is a lot easier to get dehydrated. So I think it is really good to always carry around a metal water bottle in particular because it keeps your water colder for such a long time. This one, I can put ice cubes in it in the morning, and then the next morning it is still cold. It's like the most amazing technology that has ever been invented, if I'm being real. Those are all my picks for this summer. I'm going to start doing this for every season. I think this is a really fun video, and it's kind of fun to kind of look into the future and think, what do I think I'm going to be reaching for a bunch this summer, this winter, this spring, this fall. So these are my picks for summer, and maybe you drew some inspiration. Maybe you're going to pull out similar products from your collection to try to use this summer. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll like this video and subscribe before you go, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!